what you need to do is to say, well, is there ways in which we can create a culture of tolerance amongst different race groups? The Professor Jansen started with this Institute of Diversity Institute to help with trying to see whether there could be tolerance being created. There's various programs that currently exist in the university, and we will have to build on that. There will be additional programs that we will introduce as part of the integrated transformation plan, and I think we should be thinking a little bit more innovatively to say, well, how can we create the environment that the level of tolerance is dealt with in a way that these race groups appreciate one another and can work with one another. And we will need to find input from wherever we can get additional input to be able, because we need to resolve that. The consequence is something that we also will need to implement, but that is not going to resolve the institutional culture. So I've got some ideas in terms of what we would like to do on what we should be doing on institutional culture, but that is something that I will obviously share with the university community and the stakeholders. But in the whole emphasis of inclusivity, diversity, and change, that will be a very key component of it. Professor Jansen had a certain style, and I think you've done fantastic work at the University of the Free State. What my approach is not necessarily going to be a radical approach. I believe I want to listen to people. I want to hear their input, so consultation and engagement is quite important. But there is a timeline, so we're not going to consult forever. But I think it's important to hear the views of other people. And that's the reason why I would not necessarily make quick statements without testing it first. So if you compare me with Professor Jansen, that might be the difference. But I think, you know, one will also reach a point where I think things need to move faster, and one will also have to appreciate that part as well. I think it's important that my role would be to, and I wouldn't use the word shake up. I think you can get in institutions a level of comfort, and that becomes your way of doing things. And I think universities are never places to be comfortable. It's places that, and my role would be to make it uncomfortable in a sense that we better the institution, and not for the sake of just making it uncomfortable. So there is going to be times where it's going to be uncomfortable, and then I will have to play that role. But my view is that how do you take people with you to be able to affect the change, and you can only be doing that by setting self the example and be inclusive as possible.